Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, it's gonna be a little bit more of a different video that I've been posting these past couple of weeks. I know I've been kind of venturing off from the nursing realm and going more into what I like beauty wise, but for today we're gonna throw it a little bit back and go back to where we started, which is a nursing video. So if you're interested on what today's video is about, then keep on watching. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about a little bit more again about mental illness and my experience with it during nursing school, and a little bit of how I deal with it on a day-to-day basis when I am back in school, dealing with tests, dealing with work, dealing with, you know, clinical, getting up, getting ready. So let's get started. So if you haven't watched that other video already, I'll go ahead and post it in the link down below. It was just kind of like a Q&A about my mental health journey and explaining what my diagnoses are. So in case you don't know, I'll say it yet again. I suffer from major depressive disorder. I have OCD. I have I have a generalized anxiety disorder, and I also have panic disorder, which means sometimes my anxiety gets so bad that I experience panic attacks. As of recently, I haven't had a panic attack, but I will get into those modes where I have so much anxiety built inside of me that I just need to leave the room, isolate myself for a little bit, and let a couple of tears out, and I'm good. So yeah. So I noticed, as I said along in the previous video, my mental illness is a long time ago, but depression really hit hard when I was in nursing school because of the circumstances that I was in and I was under. Nursing school is no joke. It is really hard. You hit the ground running. And today I seen a quote from one of the nurses that I follow, and I'll post her Instagram down below in case you're interested in following her. That the quote said, "It doesn't get easier, you just get stronger." So I really felt that, because in the beginning nursing school was so hard for me, even though people may find that hard to believe because I share my grades on Instagram and I do score pretty high in my exams and my school work and everything, but it was really hard to get used to because of the fact that nursing school is not like any other school that you experience. It is not like elementary, obviously. It's not like middle school. It is not like high school, and it is not like college prerequisites. Let me tell you that much. I just brought my hair to the front. But so I started nursing school in the beginning of fall 2017, and my first classes were fundamentals to nursing, obviously you guys know that, and also health assessment lab and lecture and fundamentals clinical. Fundamentals was with one of the hardest teachers that I've had so far in my whole nursing school career, and I did not do good on those exams. I studied and I studied and I studied and memorized what I thought I needed to memorize, but it just didn't work. And I was thinking to myself, like, what more can I do to be honestly a better student? And I just couldn't figure it out. Like, I was reading the textbook, I was doing notes, I was going over PowerPoints, everything in my power. And I actually got a really bad score on the first test. I was so used to going to class, getting A's on all my tests in biology and almost microbiology, everything, because I can memorize like no other. Like, I'm not gonna lie, my memory is pretty good. I can tell you what you were doing on January 22nd, 2011. Just kidding, not that good, but you get where I'm going with that. So going back to that, when I realized that I did not get an A, I really second guessed myself, and I was like, I don't think that I am not going to be a nurse. I'm not going to be a successful nurse. I am shitty. I don't know how to study. I do not belong here. I shouldn't have gone to nursing school. I should have gotten a bachelor's in a health science and tried to go to med school, which, yeah. I don't know why I thought about that, but yeah. So getting introduced to that was one of the hardest things that I had to overcome, changing my whole studying habits, changing what I did and my routine each day, each different semester. And also that is when I started to lose my motivation to study. Yes, I lost my motivation. I did not find the joy in going to clinical. I thought it was annoying. I kept all of this inside. Keep in mind, a lot of people who suffer from mental illness can really mask what they're going through really good, because you know, you don't ever want to be thinking that you're a burden, you're placing your problems on somebody else, or you don't want to bring somebody else's day down because of how you feel. And a lot of people have misconceptions about that people who have mental illness are the ones who probably feel the most bad for themselves, or they're making it up in their head. But honestly, a lot of us stay quiet. But I think what helped me in nursing school the most, because I am going into my 3rd year and I'm going to be graduating this May with my BSN, and I will possibly I'll be getting my licensure after I graduate. So I'm getting a little emotional because honestly, I think that I'm lucky enough to know that I can work so hard for what I do, and it comes easy for me because I am so passionate about learning about diseases, their treatments, how to cater to patients, and honestly, having my job has helped a ton. I highly suggest, if you're in nursing school right now, you just finished your med surg rotation or whatever, to go and get a student nurse job or get certified as a CNA and see how much you grow as a nursing student, as a person, honestly, because I take pride in what I do. It is a really hard back-breaking job because student nurses are basically at my work like CNAs, so we get, you know, what the CNAs get, but it is so rewarding seeing all my patients, the good ones and the bad ones, and it just, sometimes throughout the day I think like, wow, I'm really doing this and I'm defying all the odds that everybody else puts against me because of my mental illness. Mental illness has so many misconceptions that, you know, people cannot be successful with mental illness and, you know, be their #1 supporter. That is the #1 misconception. And to be honest, a lot of people have mental illness and are pushing and doing it and doing their own thing, and that's just how it is, boo. So that was one thing that helped me get through nursing school, is being passionate about what I'm doing. So it's important to know that you really want to do this. It's not about the money. And yeah, that's for #1. #2, honestly, having a really good support system really helps. I have friends that understand what I'm going through, and I get to sit down and talk to them at the end of the day, tell them what's going on, and most of them are in nursing school with me too, so it is helpful when we can all get together, you know, study. And with depression and that lack of motivation, when you go out and you study with friends, it helps so much. You retain so much information. And so if you have those people in your class, then it makes it that much more enjoyable, that much more easy to get up out of your bed to go do stuff. So it is possible to be successful in that sense. Thirdly, what I think it is important to be successful in nursing school and having a mental illness is not being in denial about that mental illness. Honestly, I think that I was being over dramatic. You know, nursing school is just getting the best of me. I am just so tired all the time, and that's normal. No, it's not normal. Be realistic with yourself. You know what, if you're noticing that there is a major drastic change in what you're going through, like I said in my previous video, that I used to be so high strung about studying, I used to be so motivated, and then all of a sudden I get into nursing school and it's all gone downhill, then you really need to sit and think to yourself, is this because of nursing school, or is it because of a deeper problem? And once you find that it is a deeper problem and you accept the fact that it's there and you're willing to get help for it, it opens a whole whirlwind of doors for you. Because I think when I got my diagnoses, I felt a sense of relief, because now I knew that I wasn't just something in my head, that I wasn't just being lazy, I wasn't just, you know, oh, I just got into nursing school and that's it, I don't need to try hard enough. Then, like, you know, it's not an excuse at all, but it makes things a lot more easier. It allows you to go a little bit more easier on yourself. Give yourself more breaks when studying. You know, enjoy the time that you have not studying. Don't be worried about, you know, who's gonna get the better grade, because at the end of the day, it's you. You are your number one competitor. Your head is your number one competitor. And if you can rise above all of the negative thoughts that go in your head with depression, OCD, anxiety, everything else, you've already won the race. There is no competition whatsoever. So with all this in mind, my final verdict is that nursing school is 100%, you know, possible with everything that you're going through. So if you needed this video for clarification and I helped you, give this video a thumbs up. And I just need to give myself a little bit more credit where it is due for myself, that I am defying everybody's stereotypes and about mental illness, that people are just lazy, because I am going to be a first generation graduate of a 4-year university, first in my family to go into pretty much healthcare, and I'm going to be the first nurse in my family, and I hope to continue this legacy. And I hope whoever's watching this and needs this uses this as a tool for motivation, for that extra push that you need to get things done, because it is possible. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, leave your comments down below, and I love you all.